Welcome back to another week in my pickups videos. This week is going to be hectic. I probably went on a bit of a mad 2 to 3 day splurge, pick-up-a-thon on Vinted. And whether they all come good, I do not know yet because it's Vinted. So some things are good prices and you just need to snatch them up and you don't have a chance to ask questions. And others, we'll just have to see how it goes. But I've got one here, so let's get this open. Let's hopefully get this sale completed so the seller can get their money. So we've got a reasonably padded mailing bag, which is a good start for Vintage, trust me. Considering the contents, I have had them come in carrier bags and black bin bags before. And it is it's got a bit of bubble wrap. The DualShock 4. Now, yes, a modern gaming controller, which basically means if you look at them the wrong way, they'll break. So here's the hoping we're all good. I'm going to try and get this tested right now. I'm on my lunch right now. And I do not know anything about spotting fakes on DualShock 4s. I've had plenty of DualShock 3s, and I'm going to imagine the same thing applies, but I bet the fakers are better than they were on the 3s. For the most part, if you looked, the writing might be dodgy, the transfers might be dodgy. This is assuming that it's a straight fake and not a third party where the symbols are all different, all that kind of stuff. I think there's a picture of front and back of this, and it was delivered £14.50. So to me that's pretty good, right? Because if you want to go to CEX and get a controller, you're looking at £45. Whether it's a V1 or V2. Again, don't know the difference by looking at it. But I'm just going to quickly look now for any writing that isn't lined up, skew if or whatever it might be. Now it does have the barcode on the back. I always try and make sure I go for controllers that have got a barcode, right? Especially if I want to trade them, because CEX won't take them if they haven't got a barcode. And I think this is probably like £28 or £30 voucher. And I bought it for £14.50-ish or so. I'll put it on screen. So this says it is a model CUH-ZCT2E. The barcode is all just numbers. I think that was one of the things to look for. So this looks good. Plug it in, see how it goes. Alright, so here goes nothing. Let's plug in the micro USB into the PS4. I've got it plugged into the DualShock already. We've got charging light, which does look like it's the right colour it's supposed to be, nice orange. Press the PS button on the controller. It's got that nice, I don't know if this is actually in the field of view or not. I've got that kind of bleed through effect of the charging port, which I think, does that mean it's a V2? That you can see it through that? I think it might. I can't show it because it's got my name on it. But basically, I go right and it just wants to go left, no matter what I want to do, which is really, really sad. I wonder if I can just try and spray something in that and clean it. But it just wants to permanently go left, so that's really sad. Moving on. Alright, so I've sprayed some kind of like silicone greaser kind of thing in the D-pad and in the analog stick. Back on charge again. Not hopeful, but let's have a go. Oh god, no. Now it wants to go up. I don't know what the problem with this is. Now going up is a problem apparently. I'm back to the drawing board again. Universal silicone spray, which I use for all of my controllers just to try and, without taking them apart, just get in the bits and pieces and just give them a good moving around just to see if it dislodges or cleans up any of the inside stuff. And it also leaves a really nice finish as well. And we are going left and right. Left and right. By itself, it's not by itself, it's okay. It is now not messing around whatsoever, not missing a beat. What about the sticks? Oh, it's the sticks, isn't it? The D-pad's absolutely fine, but it's the sticks. Alright, welcome back to another morning, and we've got another pickup in the same vein as yesterday for me, and, well, through the power of editing, you've probably just seen a few little stitched together pieces or clips. I picked up this yesterday for roughly £14.50 for a DualShock 4. I'm happy that it's genuine. And as you would have seen, we had some issues. Now, I did try cleaning the sticks and the D-pad just to see if that was the problem. Unfortunately not. So you can turn it on, connect it, charge it, no problem at all. Everything works. And you can navigate the menus of the D-pad absolutely fine, but the moment you touch that left stick, that's it. It just forever just goes straight to the left or up, and that's your lot until you turn it off again. I did reset it and everything, but I'm guessing it's just the whatever one of these is called. I know that you can replace them, but I think there's some soldering involved. Now, I raised the issue last night. You can't take videos on vintage and send them across, but they do require photos of the proof, so I couldn't really do that, but I just took a picture of it in front of the PS4 just described the issue as best I could, and that was it. And this morning I woke up just to a refund. They don't want it back, just for a refund, so that's awesome. So I got £14.50 back, and I've got a good controller, all but that stick, unfortunately. So maybe one day I'd like to keep hold of it, because I'm pretty sure it is a V2, just because you can see the light bar through the touchpad, which I think is the easiest way to tell if you've got a V2. And the grey D-pad and sticks and buttons, that's what this tells me anyway. So one day I might get into that. I think all I really need is just a soldering iron, and obviously just a replacement part, and to know how to take these apart and put them back again, because I've taken one apart before and the springs for these bits just go ping and that's it. I don't know how they go back together, but I'm sure 5 minutes of concentration I'll be able to do it. So I woke up this morning nice, bright and early to go to the gym. And I already had a vintage notification at like 4 AM, and I already had a vintage notification, so fair play for these drivers. I'm guessing I'd like to think they get some sort of overtime or something for working silly hours like that. And it is the same but different variant. It is a DualShock 4, and I paid roughly £15.50 for this. Now, if it's legit and it works, again, these things are like £45–50. At least at CEX. Online, I'm assuming, for a decent, proper genuine online used, you're probably looking at 25–30. I'll insert it here just to see what they generally go for. I'm sure some people get some proper bargains, but again, it depends whether they know they're selling a genuine one or whether it's just PS4 controller and you get what you get. So we have got some cardboard, which is better than the last one. The last one was just a padded mail bag, and I guess it's probably just been dropped. Let's face it, that last one's probably just been dropped. And that'll be it, stick's done. The description was obviously only used a few times, like that is vintage to the T, you know. Poor packaging, only been used a few times. Oh my god. I hope this is decent. I hope it's not fake either. I mean, £15 for a fake one's not that bad. Right, so let's open this bad boy up. We've got a little bit of this as well, so they've not done a bad job. It's not a proper box, they've just wrapped it in some cardboard, and they've wrapped it in a bit of bubble wrap. So I got this because there was I think there's a picture of the front and the back basically, right? And it had just been uploaded, and I just thought, if that is legit, that's a really good price. And it had a barcode, so I know these things are faked and whatnot, but I thought I'll have a go. First impressions, I don't think they're actually that good. But it is a copper DualShock 4, right? So I quickly just went onto CEX and I just put in DualShock 4 copper, just to see if this variant does exist. And there is a genuine DualShock 4, which is this colour. It had a barcode on the back. It looked okay just from the generic picture that had been taken. So I just went, go for it. £15.50. It's either damaged or it is just a fake. Let's see on this one. Yeah, so on this one, I watched like a fake versus real video yesterday, and the charging port, the little USB icon, that is kind of like engraved on a real one, right? So it's lower than the actual plastic. It's not kind of like embossed or whatever you want to call it. This one's embossed, so it's raised. It's not engraved. It's not within the material. It's on top of. So I don't know whether the fakes are any good, whether it's just a case of a fake's a fake, but it plays fine. There you go, you can tell the difference, whether that came across or not. Here's definitely a real one. relatively damped, clicking in those sticks for the most part. Whereas the fake one is a lot less damped feeling, and huge difference. So obviously you're taking a massive risk on these. This isn't sold as like this isn't like a business seller selling a genuine controller. This is just someone selling a used DualShock 4. And I've taken a risk. And I paid a pound extra than the one that happened to be real, unfortunately, that came broken. Right, so let's get some more parcels open. I'm now going to cut to me actually having this open because this is covered in sellotape. Brilliant. Check good. Now this is straying from the usual stuff, if I'm honest, actually. This has been on my games list for quite a while, for several months, and it's not come into any of my local CXs whatsoever. I haven't bothered going as far as looking on eBay, but this is something that I did have saved on. I think this is too heavy for my little stand. I did have it saved on Vinted, and it's £15, which is I think is exactly the price on CX, but you can obviously see that it is in, I think, relatively good condition, and I think it's complete. It's a good thing, but sometimes it just takes a while to get into. And, well, basically they discounted the price by a few pounds, I think. So I want to say all in this was about £15 delivered. So naughty me for spending something on I don't need. Hey ho. And it is Road Rash 2 for Sega Mega Drive. It's missing the tab, unfortunately. It's always nice to have that little tab, even though I've got nothing to hang it on like it might have normally been. It's the one with like a little electronics art thing on the side. I think that's kind of like a subset. Head-to-head 2-player racing. So Sega Mega Drive is technically the first console I ever played. My dad had one, no idea why, so I never actually saw him play it. But yeah, I think the likes of Sonic, Terminator, Forgotten Worlds, and Road Rash 2, as well as, like, it's not Desert Storm, is it? I always forget what the hell it's called, but it's that helicopter one that's really difficult. At least I found a bloody difficult when I was about 6. But I like playing Road Rash 2. I was never any good at any of the games because, as I say, I was about 5 or 6 when I was playing them. So I am trying to collect. Oh yeah, that's this step. It definitely was Road Rash 2 just by looking at the back. So I'm trying to collect all the games that, well, he would have had back then. Because it's all nostalgia and sentimentality. I have no idea what happened to that console. So he never played it, and it stayed at my nan and granddad's, and it came out on special occasion, basically. That was it. I mean, I assume it's real, I think. It's got the manual, which the manual looks pretty decent. It looks a bit of an odd case. Well, it's not like my other Mega Drive cases. As long as it works, I honestly don't care. That's awesome. Mega Drive isn't currently set up. It's currently just in its little like carry case and stuff, ready to go. But I have no issue with that. The case is a little bit thin, but it's fine. No problem. And for my next trick, this is opening this parcel of doom and destruction. Now this is me not being able to pass up a good thing, right? Seller had a few things on the store, and they were cool. They were good prices, and they hadn't immediately gone. But I just thought this was a good price, and I think this is just maybe just listed as a 360, and this is the much unloved, maligned 360E console. A nice little bit of water on the outside of that package. That's not good. It does feel like it's got a little bit of bubble wrap, but it's not in a box. So this could have very easily got battered, because I can feel the edges and I can feel the corners of the console itself, which is never good. But it is in mailing bags and it has got some protection. When it comes to postage and packaging, if I'm doing anything, on Vinted or eBay or whatever, I always go for assume the worst, assume the delivery driver is going to attempt to play football with the package. So, with it trying to keep within certain size requirements, I always try and make sure that there's more bubble wrap than necessary. And sometimes even a bit of bubble wrap inside a game case or whatever, just to stop something rattling or this comes out, it is protected, right? No making mess. we're told off for. So, I believe, not quite sure when the E came out compared to the Xbox One, but it looked like it was taking some early design cues from the Xbox One. I assume the E was a year or two before the Xbox One, so I don't think many people necessarily bought it. I think they took away a few inputs. And everyone typically likes the Slim best, right? But in theory, from a reliability standpoint, the last 360s to be produced should be the most reliable, right? From an age standpoint, and from having the most revisions and things, right? In theory. Ooh, mamma mia. Ooh. This has taken a whack, and there is some loose plastic inside. I don't know whether they're tabs that are broken, because console case is only a portion of the product to it, but it's taken a whack right in the corner, and it's dislodged the plastic and possibly even the disk drive to an extent. I'll go out on a limb and say that those are maybe the plastic tabs that are supposed to keep it in. This was £20. The gloss black on top is obviously scratched, as you would expect, but to the right, where the fan is and the matte black, it looks in really good condition. Like, there's no like dust bunnies or anything, and the front looks good, and the side looks good. So 2014 model. Got my face. Good boy. Good girl. 17th of November 2014. This console has literally just passed its 10th birthday last week, and it's taken a whack for its efforts to get there. So what I'm going to do is quickly hook this up, and we're going to see the moment of truth together if it actually works. Okay, attempt number 2, fresh batches. Okay, well, failing the fact that the controller does not seem to turn on. Yeah, that's the power button, isn't it? You're on the right channel? Should be on the right channel. Oh my god. Because I've got my phone connected to the tripod. I've not got a like wheel attachment, so I'm not in vlogging mode. I've literally just got the phone and the camera attached. Can't do both at the same time. And there we go. Well, I can't navigate, can I? Oh, it's flashing. What the hell was that? I mashed a button. I wonder if it's sticky. I wonder if the Xbox button itself is sticky. And it's connected straight away, but I just mashed the button several times. Don't really care about signing in, mate. Skip signing for now, if you please. So far, right, moment of truth on that tray, because it's taken a bit of a whack down here. So it's got damage underneath, and it's dislodged this portion. So let's see. Right, disc tray open and closed absolutely fine. So that's going to do it for these 4 pickups. So just to recap, we got a DualShock 4 V2 controller, which I think is official. Unfortunately, the left stick is faulty on that one, so in the future I would like to be able to replace things like that. It shouldn't be too difficult in theory. I think I just need a soldering iron and a replacement part. And the seller for that just gave me a refund. They don't want it back, so okay, cool, that works out, I guess. Secondly, the copper PS4 controller, not sold as a DualShock controller or official in any way, just a used PS4 controller, and that's exactly what it is. Unfortunately, it does seem to work absolutely fine. Thirdly, Road Rash 2. I'm hoping to get the Mega Drive set up at some point and have a little play of that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoy that game. And lastly was the 360E console. that I just opened earlier, which unfortunately has been in the wars by the looks of it. Didn't come in a box or anything. It did come in some bubble wrap to give the seller some benefit of the doubt there. The bottom of it's actually got a crack in it. Like the bottom of the case has actually got a crack in it, that's why I turned it upside down. Plenty of loose and broken bits of plastic, tabs and all sorts. And that front bit's mashed. It seems to work absolutely fine. I had it running for about 15-20 minutes. As you saw, I just put Ridge Racer 6 in it. It works without issue, it's not loud or anything. It's, apart from that, in good clean condition, and it actually is a 500 gig model, so that's a win. Controller seems fine. I think the Xbox button might just be a bit sticky, or there's some sort of issue there, but once it turned on, it's absolutely fine. So even if that 360 dies, I've got the power brick, I've got the 500 gig hard drive, and I've got a controller. And those three things alone are easily worth just north of £20-25, and I paid for that for the bundle. No games or anything, but that's absolutely fine. So all in all, absolutely fine pickups wise. I'm having that e-console, and I've got a somewhat damaged slim console as well, means that I might look into opening those things up in the future. Similar thing to DualShock 4, and just like clean things out, and repaste stuff and whatnot, and just see how they work a little bit, you know, it's interesting. And that means I can then get rid of my plethora. Honestly, I've got far too many 360s up at the loft that I've just acquired for cheap, exactly the same as this one, that I can now just get rid of. I'll have a couple of banged up ones that are just functional and for use, that I don't need to worry about because they're already somewhat cosmetically damaged, but they work fine, so I don't care about them to an extent. They're never going to be pristine, so why not? And I'm still looking for that white 360 Slim, maybe. That'll look really good in that setup, hint hint. And I can get rid of the rest, apart from my Final Fantasy Limited Edition. I can get rid of the rest. So yeah, that wraps up this one. Thank you for watching, and there should hopefully be another video out in the next few days, with any luck, once I get a couple more things in the post. See you in the next one. Thanks.